Peace and blessings on all of you. I'm Cardinal Stephen Brislin, the Catholic Archbishop of Cape Town, and I'd like to share a few thoughts about the coming plenary session of the Bishops of Southern Africa that will be held in Mariannhill from the 5th to the 9th of August. As you probably know, the Bishops of Southern Africa always have two plenary sessions in every year, the first one being in January. Normally we hold that at St. John Vianney Seminary in Pretoria, and the second is at Mariannhill in August. Now this year we will be beginning our plenary session by having a reflection on the May elections of South Africa, the national elections, simply to hear different views on how those elections went and also whether they were free and fair, any cases of intimidation or violence or people trying to upset the elections. Furthermore, we'll surely look at the result and the consequences of the elections in terms of the government of national unity and to discuss the implications of the formation of that government. This is not a political discussion, of course, but it is a discussion that is held in the light of Catholic social teaching, because our main concern as faith leaders, and particularly of the leaders of the Catholic Church, is to ensure that human dignity is promoted. The dignity of each and every person should be promoted, with a special concern for those who are unemployed, those who are suffering from poverty or suffering in any sense, because it is the duty of a government to protect the vulnerable and the poor. So that will be a general discussion of reflection. We will have the formal meetings, of course, as the different department meetings, but always in a plenary session there are a lot of ancillary meetings that happen during the evenings after supper. For example, Metropolitan bishops might gather together in their Metropolitan and to have a meeting to share about issues concerning that Metropolitan. That's just an example. There are various other meetings that can take place. But a lot of discussion is takes place informally, perhaps in the evening when people socialize together, and a lot of matters are discussed and shared. And those are very important because while they're not the formal meetings, a lot of thoughts get shared, a lot of ideas get shared. You know, the plenary session is primarily, I suppose, about business matters, but certainly not solely. It's very important for bishops to be able to socialize together, but most especially that we are able to pray together because we focus on God. I mean, this is what our task is. Our task is to evangelize. Our task is to lead the church, to give good pastoral care. And therefore the focus must always be on God and God's will. And so we do spend time in prayer together and seeking the guidance, the inspiration of God's Holy Spirit. The departments that will be reporting at this plenary session include the Department for Christian Formation. They deal with liturgy, they deal with catechetics, and they deal with culture. And they will do a presentation and there will be a discussion on some of those aspects. We will be talking about Catholic education and the importance of Catholic education, also how we can enhance Catholic education, particularly in terms for formation of adults. And this is quite a long-term goal that we have in mind, but it will be a very important part of the discussion to see how we can really work for a better way of giving formation to Catholics, adults who are thirsting and who are hungering to know more about their faith and to understand it better. The Department for Clergy will be reporting as well, and I think the discussion at this plenary will focus on the Professional Conduct Committee on child safeguarding, and that will be a focus of streamlining the efforts that we have made and are making in terms of safeguarding each and every child that comes to church, that participates in church, and also to ensure that the protocol that we have is working well and properly. There will also be a discussion from the Department of Ecumenism, and we will have a guest speaker in that. And we will end on Thursday evening in the liturgy part, I suppose, of the plenary session by having a Mass at the Mariannhill Cathedral with the people of Mariannhill. So that's more or less what we are going to be doing at the plenary session. I would like to ask all of you, please, to keep us in your prayers, because, you know, as I have said, our task is to evangelize, to lead the church in Southern Africa, and to give witness to Jesus Christ. And we cannot do it by ourselves, our own efforts, our own intellect. We do need God's Holy Spirit to inspire us and to lead us. We will be trying to discern God's will and discern where the Holy Spirit is leading us. Please support us with your prayers. Thank you, and God bless you all.